People are eligible for COVID vaccines here in Oregon. There are still hundreds of new cases reported each and every day now.
And Coin 6 has actually some help in trying to get case information for you. Our Lisa Balick has more on a bill to make the state health authority become more transparent. Tell us more, Lisa.
Yeah, there are a lot of times we've been asking for information and not getting it. In particular, recently, I've been asking for how many breakthrough COVID cases are. In other words, people here in Oregon who have gotten COVID after they were fully vaccinated. In fact, more than 2 weeks after that. We still have not gotten that number, but now there are some lawmakers who also want those answers.
There is a kind of circle the wagons culture that I think, we see it in a lot of agencies.
State Senator Michael Denbrough of Portland is on the Senate Committee on Health Care. He tells me the public needs to know more about disease outbreak investigations. It's why he's co-sponsoring Senate Bill 719 that would require the state health authority to reveal a lot more information to us about COVID cases. Information like the number of breakthrough cases, where people fully vaccinated got COVID more than 2 weeks after their last shot.
I agree with you that that information really should be released. Obviously, not in a way that would identify any particular person, but just to give us a sense of it. And also, it's important for us to know how many of those individuals may be hospitalized or even die, certainly.
State health leaders have said it's a privacy issue, not wanting to reveal case identities. But I found more than a dozen other states are now reporting these cases, including Washington and Idaho, with about 100 each, including 15 in Clark County. Senator Denbrough says his bill would change the law. So instead of OHA saying it can't legally release data during an investigation, it would have to provide it, unless it would lead to identifying patients. Breakthrough cases are less than 1% so far of millions who have been fully vaccinated. But there is concern whether a variant is a factor. It's also a reminder to keep masking up and socially distancing even after getting the shots, and to get tested if you have symptoms even after being vaccinated.
The more that we can have, to the extent possible, within the confines of the public interest, sharing of information, we should be seeing that happen.
Now, one other reason to get this information is to let people know, look, if you are fully vaccinated, start having symptoms of COVID, you should go in and get tested. Now, the Oregon Health Authority did respond today to my question as to when are we going to get this information. They told me it will be sometime later this week. We'll keep asking them about this. Live in South Portland, Lisa Balick, Coin 6 News.